the fuck is this?
You hear about Xbox games following suit to Nintendo.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll talk about everything I need to do. But the problem is I need food. I need food. So yeah, I have food in front of me. What are you talking about? We got VA stuff. This might be the end of the VA, but I wanna look at something goofy or so. What is this? What's this?
The day is April 15th, 2012. And this guy, Nazar Sarhan, has just been challenged to a duel. A few moments prior, he has just been crowned a two-time YCS champion, winning YCS Dallas 2011 and
2011.
the second edition of the tournament
2012.
in 2012. Wow. He literally has the trophy next to him on the table.
Okay.
As a kicker, he had just completed the perfect YCS, an absolute rarity in Yu-Gi-Oh! 16 wins and 0 losses.
Damn, that's crazy. What?
Challenge this guy.
Sheesh. A real life shadow game?
Blake the Lotus McCrary is, apparently. He just got his first cop.
Let me guess. They started doing the thing like from Battle City or so. They just started like the whole arena just turned black and everything, and it's all shadowy and shit. And then their body started disappearing when they started losing HP. Man, that'd be crazy if that actually happened. Oh my god, look at this guy. He's wearing his fucking... Wait, what is that called? He's wearing his Buster Blader on his fucking neck. That's the Buster Blader right there. Yes, yeah, that is. Yeah, it's the Buster Blader.
Appears at this very tournament in Dallas. However, prior to this tournament, the Lotus is what many top players would
Your
call
boy
a
is
scrub
tripped.
of a rando. In fact, 2 weeks ago, Blake had no idea what Nazar Sarhan, the YCS champion, even looked like.
Uh-huh.
I've obviously been running Samurai since they first come out, and when the YCS Dallas...
Ew, Six Samurai, what a nerd.
I thought, I was like, man, I'm about to take this, and I'm about to get my name on the map. I wanted to be known as like the best samurai player in the United States. That was my goal. I fell short. I was salty.
Why didn't you be a ninja instead of a samurai, bro? Shit, man. He's trying to be the new Yasuke, you know?
I heard this guy named Nazar won. I didn't know who he was, but I mean, it didn't really matter to me. I was like, man, good for him. He won. Coming in this year at Cali, I hear a little bit talk about Nazar. Oh, he might take Long Beach.
Chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look at this.
This year.
Look at all those people there. I bet you $10. I bet you $10. Like 70% of people that are in here, or 80% of people, probably stink like a motherfucker, dude. I swear, dude. I've been at conventions and holy shit, dude. There are people who stank like a bitch, dude. Oh my god, it was terrible, dude. This shit was awful.
He might take
I don't even have a sensitive nose, but holy shit, dude. The stank of some people is crazy, dude. 70% is generous. Hey, man, I'm trying to give him a slap on the wrist, okay? All right?
I get to Cali, it's Friday night.
They got the calculators.
I forget, I think it's the Sheraton.
That's adorable.
Hotel it was at. And I'm with my friend looking for somebody to play with.
You use a Six Samurai deck? You're a nerd! No, I'm just joking.
There's a guy looking at me like malice intent. I'm like, who is this guy looking at me like that, DJ? And he's like, oh, that's just Nazar. He looks at everybody like that. And so I'm thinking like it's more of a, hey, you look like a decent duelist. Let's play like some Yu-Gi-Oh type stuff, right? I go over and ask him, hey, Nazar, you want to play? And then like he gives me kind of this smug look, and he kind of blows me off. And so I'm like, all right, I guess you don't want to play. So I leave. The next 2 days, it was kind of like this quiet storm between us. Every time he would pass by, there was like, bluntly, he was an asshole. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't want any problems with this dude. So I left it alone.
This is how Nazar sees Blake. It's a waste of time. No notability. If he doesn't know who I am, why do I care? And hey, maybe the
what the fuck?
Was a waste of his time.
Such a cocky person. Wow.
Of challenging Kyrie Irving to a game of pickups. The incident at the Sheraton was one thing you could put down and forget.
What the fuck are they playing? Are they playing poker or something? Is this what Yu-Gi-Oh is now? They play like poker? That's not how you shuffle decks. That's not how we shuffled decks back in the old days. What the fuck is this, huh? We're playing Pickup 21 or something?
Card game.
What the hell?
But Brian thinks he deserves a game versus Nazar.
Now we get to 2 weeks later.
I love wieners.
And,
I love
This is
wieners
obviously the
too,
same
man.
Nazar that won Dallas last year. My friends were like, "Hey, Blake, you gotta."
I know those cards too as well. I got this one. I think I have
Times
this
have
one.
changed.
I have this one, and I think this one or so from a Shonen Jump book or so. But I don't think I have them anymore. I don't know. I don't think I have them anymore. But yeah, I forgot what they're called.
Like, this is your chance. So like you're running Sams, obviously you got something to protect, so you need to show the world why you're a good Sam player. And I'm like, all right. And my goal at the end of the day, I was to get to day 2. But then I did that. Surprisingly, I ended up 6th place going in day 2. And I had my goal. I was like, I want to play Nazar in the finals, and I want to beat him. Like, that was my goal. Not because I was salty about him winning, but just because I felt like he was the man, and like that was the guy.
Oh, that's a
kinda
cute
like
art
Billy
though.
Blake, right?
That one
So
girl with the weird
afterwards,
redhead
after
or
the
so.
event, we see Nazar getting his profile and stuff, and he's walking around with his clique, and he has his trophy in his hand. And then my friend John comes up.
What the
and
fuck?
He asks me, he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for trouble. I want to play somebody for money. I want to play somebody good."
What the
so I
hell?
haven't seen Nazar come by, and I'm like, "Why don't you play Nazar for money?" And
You
so-
play for money now these days? What? what? Man, dude, the times have changed. All right. Damn, we're gambling in Yu-Gi-Oh now. Shit, man. God damn, what are we playing? Like $10,000 or so?
Calls him out, he's like,
Hey,
"Hey,
Neon.
Nazar, like, so you want to play for 20? Why the heck would you want to play me?" He was like, "You think you're better than me? You think you beat me?"
Co-playing Yu-Gi-Oh
Like, go
when.
away, because you're not gonna beat a pro. Like, you just want the title. Oh, you beat
Your mom beats you like a pro.
We gamba.
the champion. And my friend John, he was about to explain himself. He was like, "No, I really want to." And then in the middle of that, Nazar just like turned around real quick and then walked off. Like, and his friends turned around
Have
simultaneously.
you seen rent prices?
Some stuff you see in the movies. I'm like, and they
Hey,
just walked
Gecko.
out. They didn't say anything. He's like, "I don't have time for this," and he just turned around. I'm like, more so than
Hey, yo, don't worry about
saying,
it.
"Hey, I want to defend John," because that was obviously disrespectful. Like, I was driven because I was tired of people letting this happen. Like, his behavior is only his behavior because people constantly
The
allow
usual
it to
Sunako
happen.
stream.
Initially, Nazar wants to decline the duel.
I have no idea,
In
to
fact,
be honest.
he has every right to.
Apparently, this was like the history of Yu-Gi-Oh beef. Apparently, and granted, right? I never went to tournaments for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, right? So I never went to stuff like this or so. But watching these shits like up now or so, I find it so dorkish. I would probably like what I would do or so. I would probably like act out a scene or so in Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Just play like a character from Yu-Gi-Oh. I'd be like, I draw, I play your mom
He
in
has nothing
doggy
personal with Blake
position.
McCrary. He can just say no and leave. Nazar has so much more to lose here than McCrary. Back in 2011, Nazar at age 16 has had cheating allegations following
Hey,
him
Red.
throughout his career. At YCS Dallas 2011,
I play your
Nazar's
mom
first
face.
top cut appearance became his first win. People saw that he didn't take some of his wins seriously, and that he was doing some things like playing with Konami sleeves rather than the one you buy at locals, even though you were forced to sleeve your deck in Konami sleeves when you get into top cut, and like his deck list didn't make sense to the vast majority of players, even though it was really far ahead of its time. Let's just call them bogus claims. So winning his second YCS was there to disprove that. But young Nazar, under the pressure where you go 16-0, declining is almost like losing at that point.
I sent your
He
mom
accepts
to
the
the
duel.
graveyard. Whoa. Expletive warning. What happened?
I don't play for me. You don't come to my fucking city and you don't disrespect my friends. You don't do that shit. If you don't want to play him,
I said no.
If you don't want to play him, you don't have to act like you ain't gonna
I said
give
no,
him time
said
of day.
why? I gave
You
but it
don't
doesn't
know.
matter.
Important context. So there's a card that's called Gateway of the Six. Every time a samurai monster
Oh, yeah, I
is
know about this.
summoned, it
I have 6 samurai cards, so I can't make a deck out of it, but like, no. Oh shit, Yu-Gi-Oh beef? Yeah, man. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but I never went to any tournaments because, you know, it was mostly guys, so that's the only thing.
2 Bushido counters. You can pay 4 Bushido counters to summon back a samurai.
Yeah, I
And
remember
when you
this.
summon back
I
a
remember
samurai
this
monster
card.
with its own
I have it
effect,
actually.
It gets back its 2 counters.
I used to have this card. I don't know what you call the rarity or so, but it was called like Scratch Hollow or something like that. Back then it was called Scratch Hollow. But like it had like a texture or so on the holographic card or so. So that's what I used to had.
You know, in this own self-perpetuating loop. This allows for a near infinite resurrecting army of samurai monsters, and it was so powerful that it got limited to.
We just called it
one
Scratch
copy per
Hollow.
deck.
That's what we called it.
Blake McCrary has just unsleeved the best card in his deck.
What? Okay.
Well, this is on camera, so Nazar, if you lose, huh?
He's only lost the week.
Huh?
It would be his only loss.
It would be his own.
No, we just call it Scratch here. That's what we call it. So.
Blake wins
That's how we called it over here. So, yeah. Because it was hollow, but then it was like
Starts off
scratchy.
with,
It has scratchiness on it,
Blake
like texture on it.
drawing a 7th card for turn. Immediately after, Nazar drops the banger.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God.
Come on, you only gave you
Blake, you know that's...
He does put the card he drew, a keys on, back to the top of the deck. And then he sets 5. But for years afterwards, this moment would undergo a lot of scrutiny. Because Blake knows he's gonna top deck a monster. Many say that's the reason he sets 5 cards instead of 4. Since he set 5, if he were to theoretically draw something like a Shien Smoke Signal or any other useful spell in his deck, he wouldn't be able to activate it. Instead, he gets to make 5 trap cards live and ready to go. Maybe it was just a mistake or a subconscious play.
Why would you put all of them down?
And it's really hard to quantify the malicious intent of the situation. But technicalities aside, back to the grudge match.
What the fuck?
If Nazar loses,
Yeah, Solemn
this will be his
Judgment.
only loss of the whole weekend. I repeat, only loss.
Best second turn hand?
of the whole
Is
weekend.
it? I don't know. I don't know anything about Six Samurais. I have them, but
Here go his trophy.
So Blake proceeds to have a trap card for every single normal summon of Nazar's Dino Rabbit deck. He has Solemns, Fiendish Chain, and then lastly, as Nazar is actually able to resolve a Rescue Rabbit for 2 Saber Sorai. Don't judge my English. El Clasico. Blake top decks. Needing to get in 2 attacks here for lethal damage, he searches Hand of the 6 Samurai with Smoke Signal.
oh yeah, I know that card.
And then using 6 Samurai United to draw only a single card.
This was old Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you know for a fact this is old Yu-Gi-Oh! This is not like the weird where they're like doing like 20 billion fucking combos and like in the span of one single turn, you know. No, this is like old school, and this is what I kind of like personally.
Wait. Repeat that. Just see what he said. Oh.
Banger goes, oh.
I want my spot back though. Ooh.
Let that nigga pick it like that. Got your
In game 2, Nazar gets to start with the rabbit, getting out his Cabazols.
Yeah,
and
I'm used to
summoning
this.
Evil's Arlogia, a 2400 attack walking Solemn Judgment. You can see why this era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was called Dino Rabbit. Logia effectively skips the turn of Blake. Going back to Nazar, he doesn't commit anything more to the field, and it's right back to Blake.
No, it's not
I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
guess he'll take
Personally,
that
no.
opportunity.
This is where the enjoyment is at for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just more broken. Yeah, but it's not fun though.
I like that, Blake the Lotus. So I'm gonna change the name on his YouTube video.
What you say? The Lotus? Sure did say the Lotus.
Hand transfer a mistake.
Blake
I like the
assembles a
artwork on them.
board of
No.
Legendary 6 Samurai Shien and Naturia Beast, effectively shutting down all spells and traps of Nazar. Nazar is finally able to resolve a normal summon and make Wind Up Zen Maze, a card that will buy him another turn into this field. Nazar lives and then resolves another tour guide to get him Leviair the Sea Dragon, which summons back his banished Rescue Rabbit, makes Utopia, which then protects his Leviair and his life points. Nazar has stabilized. On the follow-up turn, Nazar regains control of the game with Utopia Ray, which then clears Shien. Lastly, Blake swings with
Damn, the number
Fury.
cards. It's been such a long time. So he put down Mirror Force, I see.
Nazar takes game 2.
We've got game 3, and it's Shien, set 3 go from McCrary. We've got normal summon Grand Mole. In the battle phase, the Grand Mole is met with the Phoenix Chain, then Mystical Space Typhoon.
Oh, Phoenix
from
Chain, I
Nazar,
know that card.
which baits out Shien's spell.
He's
making.
listening to the
In
heart of the
game 2,
card.
Nazar nearly clears with Dark Hold, but there's a set Solemn Judgment.
I thought Dark Hole was banned. What the fuck? They brought back Dark Hole? I remember that fucking card was banned for a long time.
And with no way to get rid of the Shien, Blake is in full control with the tempo, and Nazar has to find an answer, and fast. Blake is hammering away at life.
It's not
To
anymore?
respond,
Shit, man.
All Nazar got is a
You can have 3 Regekis? Holy shit, dude.
100 beat stick. Yeah, it swings over the keys on, I guess.
Oh, they brought the Chaos. They brought back Chaos Emperor Dragon. I remember that card was banned for such a long time.
He passes. Here comes another baseball bat.
I remember
swing
that
with a
card. That shit was
3000
banned.
attack Shien. Nazar even gets a chance to get in for Gores, the Emissary of Darkness. That doesn't matter.
Everybody give it up for Gordon's mama's ass. Everybody give it up.
They shouldn't have banned it.
After a 6 Sam United,
I know one combo that's like really like, I don't know. I don't even know if you can even still play it though. But I know one combo where you can kill your opponent in 1 turn or so. It involves with like one specific monster card and then one equip spell card.
a samurai monster.
Because like you can bring it back, and then you can just keep constantly doing it.
Thanks for the raid
Hey,
with your
Asuna.
party of 1.
Hey,
Let's
Raiders.
make this
Welcome,
gaming
welcome.
adventure unforgettable and full of fun.
No, it's not
Nyaru,
magical
I
scientist.
appreciate your presence.
Yeah, but this was the old school one though. I'm talking about old school. I'm not talking about new school. I'm talking about
No
old
matter
school.
how big of an upset you just pulled off, respect the sportsmanship at the end. This match would light up the internet. It's literally an anime moment in real life. Blake wanted a duel,
Hey, Asuna.
and he fought back the most on-fire player in the game. Joey Wheeler just took on Merrick and won. This match
Really?
would
That's how it
invalidate
was?
the perfect YCS to many people. And Nazar would have the cheating allegations follow him for many more years, and eventually he would just fade away from the game.
Damn.
But Blake had finally restored his honor. He said he would put his city on his back, and he delivered under pressure, surrounded by many of the best players in the
The
game.
crappy
However, when some
android.
people fight for their honor, other people think that someone needs to get put in their place.
Damn.
This is Kevin Silva. He just won ARG St. Louis in 2014.
Oh, so this is just a bunch of cocky people who won so many games or so. I'm gonna be honest with you. That deck that he had or so. I'll be honest with you. That specific deck that he had, I can probably easily defeat it. To be honest.
I don't know. For Kevin, it's a pretty big achievement. Let's see what he has to say.
I bet Jeff Jones is so mad that I won. Oh yeah, you too. I'll be the one to say it on here. I'll play Jeff Jones for any amount of money, up to $500.
$500? They're playing for
I know
$500?
he won't play because he's so cocky.
Oh, okay. So he has just decided.
Oh, did he just pulled out a ghost rare card? Yo, chat, I actually have, I think I have like 2 ghost rare cards, I think, in my possession. I have Stardust, ghost rare, and I have Red Dragon Archfiend or whatever, ghost rare too as well. I think I might maybe have Black Rose Dragon ghost rare, but I don't know. But I do have the original Black Rose Dragon, the first one that came out a long time ago. I still have it.
To play a guy named Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones seems like a very unassuming name. Let's see, how many tops does he have? Jeff Jones won SJC Edison in 2010. the last ever
Hey,
Shonen
Nightlight.
Jump Championship. There are a few alternate ways to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And in 2024, by far the most popular alternate format is called Edison format. It's the format of
No. It's the black and red rose dragon. That's what it is.
the tournament
Dark Weeder.
that Jeff Jones won. Oh shit, it's Jeff Jones.
Don't worry, it's okay, Scrap. I don't understand about the new Yu-Gi-Oh either, so.
Let's go. All right, you gonna talk shit? You can talk shit to my face. All right? And I'll play that shit. So Tennessee beating this motherfucker's ass for $500. You better sure you bring that shit.
Like, I know
Damn.
we all love a good story where a stupid person gets shut up. This is gonna be a story where a stupid person gets shut up. Word flies around the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Jeff
space.
Jones
The
versus
next big
Kevin
event,
Silva?
ARG Nashville is gonna be a movie. It's $500 between Jeff Jones, the GOAT, and the cocky Kevin Silva. The community hears all about it. It's some kid who's about to challenge one of the faces of
Really? It was
Yu-Gi-Oh!
really
Mount
that
Rushmore.
crazy?
However, ARG's tournament manager.
Well, remember, right? I never really I wasn't really on the internet during these times. I was kind of like just playing video games and doing work, you know? Just kind of like, you know, living in society, you know?
Of course, gets wind of it. Are they gonna shut it down? Is it over? Is authority finally gonna get in the way of some cocky kid's challenge? No! Instead, they turn it into a spectacle. But it's the ARG Nashville charity match. They'll have a stream and commentary from the friends of both duelists.
What the fuck? They have a charity
ARG
for
will
this?
front the money to the winner's charity of choice. So guys, we have some awesome, pristine coverage from ARG Nashville 2014. Let's run it. Now, Jeff is known for bringing some fun decks to events. During this format, the idea of the best deck was something along the lines of Fire Fist, Mermail, and whatever was left of the Dragon Ruler.
Oh, yeah. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. Oh, yeah. I had a bunch of those. Oh, yeah. Mermails. I know Mermails. Infernos. I don't think I know about Infernos, to be honest. I don't think so.
But for this charity match, Jeff has brought Harpies. It's not the best deck. It's not necessarily the worst.
Oh,
but
Harpies.
It's brutally simple with just summon Harpies, make rank 4s, and I guess set a couple trap cards. But this is just Jeff Jones' style. And it's honestly a power play for Jeff. Knowing how Nazar had so much to lose back in his previous match, in this match, it makes a lot of sense to play a dumb deck. If some young underdog no-namer like Kevin Silva takes down a god of the game, it would be pretty embarrassing. But not if he's trolling the grudge match. Jeff Jones has somehow flipped the script of a grudge match before it's even begun.
Meme montage? So let me guess, they went back and forth, right? Damn.
So what happened after? I'm gonna be honest, not much. The grudge match went about as expected. Jeff Jones would continue to be a god of the game, and even more reinforced by winning a best of 5 with a bad deck. The funnier part is that Kevin Silva would fall off the face of the Yu-Gi-Oh planet. He'd stop playing the highest level events and then just fade away. So, however, all the hype and excitement after Kevin Silva and Jeff Jones didn't really translate into any more of these grudge matches. Why? Back from 2004 to 2014, Yu-Gi-Oh was kind of in its first decade. I sat down with Bowden Temnick, a guy who has been playing the game since he was 11 years old back in 2005. And he says that everyone was just a young, rowdy teenager. The fact of the matter is that the player base had moved into its 20s. And also newer players were just around more grown-up people. People just realized this kind of thing wasn't worth their time. Petty little arguments over who's better and who's not. You can prove that to yourself by winning tournaments and events.
Yeah, of course.
And many other pro players I've talked to agree with this sentiment. It's also generally riskier, as I alluded to
It'd be really fun to go to a tournament, even if I lose. I think it'd be pretty fun. But I don't understand new Yu-Gi-Oh, though, unfortunately, so.
A single match.
If I could go back in time, I probably would go, you know?
Style of game. We're older, and as humans, the reason we formed civilization is that we said fighting is bad. Also, the internet just became, like, more realistic. Less often things happen in person. Having a beef is just whatever, really.
Thank you for the follow.
Welcome
Welcome.
online and fail to bring it in person.
Bruh, that name.
With that being said, the date is April 21st, 2024. At a brewery in Raleigh, North Carolina, the main event...
That's true. That's true. Back in old Yu-Gi-Oh! Or like I summoned Beta, the Magnet Warrior.
And after the main event is about to
Hey,
begin.
Jay.
There's a gathering around a little table. There's 40 of like Yu-Gi-Oh's best.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 girls in this entire thing. This could be 4, but 3.
Gathering around a little table. There's 40 of like Yu-Gi-Oh's best players surrounding a
There's only 3 girls in this entire thing here.
small bar stool. 2 players.
I don't play
have set
Magic the
up
Gathering.
mats
I don't like Magic
and
the
are
Gathering
staring
personally.
Each other down. There are even people in the rafters getting a bird's eye view.
What the
Well,
fuck?
what's the hype about?
What's going
On
on
the
here?
left of this tiny little table is Hani Jawari. Hani can only be described as someone who is hyper competitive. He doesn't take BS from anybody.
Okay.
And he will play anyone at any time. In addition, he's a 3-time
Smells like shit.
YCS champion.
I like
winning
how complicated
the
it
most
is.
difficult YCS at Pasadena 2022 with tier limits. He's one of the most established.
Well, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I just kind of like collect the cards because I like the pretty art and everything. I just like the old school Yu-Gi-Oh. Basically up to the number cards is my favorite. So yeah.
Players in Yu-Gi-Oh, and let's just say he's
Lord
got an
Kana?
ego
I don't even
defect.
know what that is.
Opposing him is an up-and-coming Yu-Gi-Oh player named Sean Pitman. In the past year, Pitman had been grinding online Yu-Gi-Oh, and he has translated that online notoriety into winning multiple different regionals. But the one thing with Sean is that even though he has all of this insane regional success, he hasn't been able to convert it into a single YCS top. And so the beef begins with Sean Pitman playing an online team battle against Hani Jawari.
That's
and
cool.
a group
That's
of
pretty
his
cool.
Students. And Sean's team manages to reverse sweep the team
I know
battle
Pokemon cards are
with
rare
a
now.
Rescue Ace deck. At the time,
I don't
was
know what the fuck that's
considered
called.
a bad deck.
I don't know what
the
that
next
is.
day, Sean Pitman is in a group chat looking for some practice duels with some stakes involved, where he gets told that one of Hani's students is looking for a duel. Seeing how he played against Hani, a little bit of banter comes through. One of Hani's students, free bread. This gets leaked to Hani. Let's get to yapping, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, they're yapping, chat. They're yapping. Oh god, the yap session.
So, it's gonna go down.
Oh no.
Pitman versus Hani and Raleigh. One last hurrah for a Yu-Gi-Oh grudge match. After a slew of hand traps, game 1 just goes to Hani.
I know the infinite impermanence. I know that card. I don't know the one on the left though. Never heard of that one on the left.
It's hard to mess up a game when you've got pocket aces. In game 2,
I
Hani
did notice, chat. I did notice they made in Yu-Gi-Oh they made Lovecraftian monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh. I was like, what? They made Lovecraftian ones? That's so cool.
Hani's hand is simply weak, and despite his 2 hand traps, Pitman plays his cards correctly to win.
I don't know if I have any though. I would like to collect myself though.
Hani
That'd be pretty
again
cool.
Starts off weak. His hand.
Some
can't
of them
play
are
through a
banned.
single
Are we really that OP? Which one? Wait. Which one is banned? Which one is Nyarlathotep banned by any chance? I hope so. Or is it Mama Azathoth? Is Mama Azathoth banned? Is she banned?
Effect Veiler
Yeah, that's
reasonably,
cool. Damn, they
ending
were
on
overpowered as shit,
IP
even in
and
Yu-Gi-Oh.
flammers, with Sean Pitman's hand being absolutely
Yep,
disgusting.
you know
So
it.
Pitman goes into the battle phase and summons out Jerusalem. This will prevent IP from being able to link summon which then stops.
I don't know any of these cards. These are probably newer cards. I have no idea. I like Masquerina though. She's cute.
Ambers from triggering, cutting off.
Whoa,
Hani
Snake Eyes
from
Regular is
any and
cool.
all plays
That's cool.
Next turn.
Awesome.
However, even then, he leads off suboptimally. He banishes Hani's Diabell Star from the graveyard, which is a play that easily could have punished.
Whoa! What's that card?
He banishes Hani's Diabell Star.
Whoa, she's hot. Where can I get her? I want her. I want her from my collection.
Which is a play that easily could have punished by a set wanted, adding the Witch back from the graveyard.
Oh, what the fuck?
Prevent the Druid Worm from summoning.
Huh, interesting.
And people around the table already get to talking. Afterwards, Pitman goes into a dark.
I've never played the pendulum.
Nana Azatho is banned in Yugioh.
One of
Really, Mama Azathoth is banned from Yu-Gi-Oh? I guess she is that overpowered, huh? What about Nyarlathotep? Am I banned? Am I banned by any chance?
Hani's Flamberges. But critically, he does not use the effect of Hani's IP Masquerena out of his
Oh, the
graveyard,
Charmer cards.
which would have effectively locked up the match instantly, allowing him to make infinite plays out of his extra deck. He makes Hida
Whoa!
instead,
That's like a VTuber.
allowing
Wait.
him to make infinite plays.
Promethean Princess Best Tower. What was that? Best Tower of Flames? Well, that literally looks like a VTuber. I ain't gonna lie, to be honest. Well, it's cool. I want that. I want that card. What? I want it.
Out of his extra deck. He makes Hida instead, which takes the Snake Eye Ash, which walks right into Hani's Called by the Grave. Another misstep from Pitman, but this game isn't over. Pitman has one last push with his Snake Eyes Oak in his hand. which
Noko,
eats a Nibiru
you're
for
legal to
Hani
play in the
Dewari.
game as
Sean
of right
Pittman
now.
Just
Damn,
extends
I'm not
the
overpowered.
handshake
Fuck.
out of embarrassment. Too many
That's
mistakes
gay.
in too little time.
I should have been banned.
The pressure of being around all the top players in the game just got to Pitman. That's all you can really say. But the craziest part is that the game was far from over. Hani had no playable cards remaining in his hand, and his next top deck was a solemn judgment. Both players would be fighting with sticks and stones, and Hani was not out of the woods yet.
You
In
suck,
retrospect,
your
the
mom
match
sucks.
itself felt extremely old school. We have a player who's grinding through Yugioh, trying to make a name for himself, but just hasn't gotten there yet. Challenging the best in the game. It's a Nazar and a Blake McCrary, or a Silva and Jeff Jones. Players who want to punch up and make a name for themselves in the community.
Huh.
But at the end of the day, fame doesn't really matter. I sat down with a bunch of top players and asked them the question, what does it mean to play for pride, and is it worth it? Overwhelmingly, I got the reply back, it simply isn't. One player said that anyone can lose in Yugioh, and just because you beat someone once or twice
Yeah, of course.
doesn't prove anything.
No shit.
At the end of the day, we kind of gotta ask, what do competitive players even play?
No, duh.
We don't get scholarships, the $10,000 prize cards, or the comically large checks by playing this game. We all play it because we think it's the best card game, and we think it's the best way we can prove to ourselves that we are truly good at something. Beefs more so drag down the community rather than
Man, I would love to
uplift
play
it at
like
the end
old
of
school
the day.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
It gives people a negative view of
Like up to
For
the number
Nazar,
cards, and
he
that's pretty
thought
much
he had
about
beat
it.
the
I would totally
cheating
play with you guys,
allegations with
chat.
his
That'd be so
second
fun.
YCS win, but immediately after, he had the forums going for his throat again. Kevin Silva basically vanished from Yu-Gi-Oh! After losing to Jeff Jones in the year that followed.
Cause he got a job.
Sean Pittman likely won't be the same. He's established enough, but it really hurts the character of the game. So enjoy the hype and stay out of beef. Remember guys, we're playing a children's card game. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's just a fucking children's card game. It's not really that serious. Wow, what an interesting video. I never even knew about the beef of the history beef of Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe it's probably a good idea. I never went to tournaments, to be honest. I don't think I was really good for tournaments though at the end of the day. So it's just people with massive egos. That's basically it. That's interesting. That's interesting. Duelist of the Roses? Never heard of it. Honestly, what a funny video. Great video. I'll be honest with you. It's time to send you into the Shadow Realms, chat.